Eric, great to meet you. I'm from Malaysia. First, I have to ask, have you ever been to that part of the world? Have you ever had any interest in coming to Southeast Asia, where I'm from?
Oh, I didn't have the pleasure, but I was really looking forward if I had ever the chance to come over. I were in many areas all over the world, but I have to wait shortly to come over to your country.
Hope you like spicy food and hot sun.
I do, but maybe not too spicy, but the sun, I like. But I like the food from those areas.
Okay, I'll buy you some suntan lotion first, just in case.
Okay.
Trust me on that experience-wise. I was at Manchester United at Old Trafford on Saturday when you beat Everton. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I had Danny Simpson and Jermaine Beckford with me, and I asked them this live on the show. So I just want to know if you can give a take.
Now, I have an interview with Erik Ten Hag this coming week. Could ask him anything, what would it be? I'll submit it and see if it's approved.
Silence.
They had to think first.
I'll have to pass my seal of approval first, and then I'll give it to the club.
Ask him if he's enjoying it.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah, because listen, you're Man United boss. You've got injuries, you've got all these things you're dealing with, you've got new owners, you've got this going on. You know, sometimes the team doesn't win, and they do win. You know, you can't quite put your finger on it. Are you enjoying it?
Simple question.
It's a very simple question.
It is, and I do enjoy it. It's so a long time I'm a manager, experience, and I know it's not only way up. Sometimes you have setbacks. You have to deal with setbacks, but that makes this job so enjoyable. The dynamics of those job, and also when you are sometimes you are on the wrong side from the score, or for a longer time you are on wrong sides of the scores. And then when you then win and you achieve something, then you will also more enjoy it. It gives more satisfaction because you know all the hard work you have to put in.
I understand. You've come from the Eredivisie, and I mean the competition in the Premier League is so intense. I would argue it's the best league in the entire world. What about you as a manager when it comes to managing players in the Dutch league and here, the clubs? How big a difference is it?
It's a difference, but I play for a long time European football. When you play so many experiences in Champions League, so I played also English teams in the Champions League. So what the Premier League is. Premier League is like a Champions League, especially nowadays, because it's the concentration of all the best players in the world, the best managers in the world. And if you had the opportunity to manage to train here, you have to do it, because and then you get the challenge, and that is, I think, for me, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about it. It must be incredibly helpful to have someone like Steve McLaren, who's so well versed in English football and the way things work here, alongside you, particularly when you first joined the club, right?
Yeah, of course, that was. He's not the main reason, but it was part of the reason to work again together. And you need people around you who can help you in the typical British culture, the typical Premier League culture. And there are differences, clear, but I enjoy it, and it's so great to work in that in UK in Premier League. The way the mood and the spirit that the audience has in the game, that is fantastic. The infrastructure from the stadiums, it's fantastic, and those experiences, that is so great, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, the intensity is, it's unbelievable to just be there in person, be as fortunate as I am to be able to attend these games. I want to talk a little bit about your tactical philosophy at United, playing out from the back sometimes. On occasion you go more direct. What are you trying to achieve with the club currently?
It's typical, of course. We want to attract opponents and to outplay from the back, but we have also very quick players, and when teams give us the opportunity to play in behind, we have to recognize those situations and then go more vertical in a quicker moment. But if they are waiting, we also have to adapt and wait, and then we have to create our own spaces. It's always read the game and then go from there.
And you're very hands-on as a coach. I was just speaking to George Boateng actually. He used to play in Malaysia and manage there, and he said your coaching sessions are superb. They're brilliant. Do you take great pride in that aspect of your management skill set?
Well, it's not about pride. It is about what is the return, what is the effect, and you have to put a lot in and to get the right result out. And as what I said before, it's about working hard, and it's about giving the team the right advices. And by the end of the day, the team has to do it. They have to recognize the situations, but as a manager, you have to put them in drills, in training, in those situations that they can practice it.
Is that the hardest challenge you have as a manager, not just at United, but any manager out there, at any football club around the globe, is getting the message across to players and ensuring that they repeat that message on a pitch on a Saturday for 90 minutes?
Do you know where it's about is players have to make the decisions, the right decisions, and they're within a team, and so it has to be connected, and that is what we are all working on. So you give some advices to the group of players, to your team, but on match day they have to take the decisions, and then you can't just hope. No, you need a method to bring this in, to get the message across so that they can take the right decisions.
Yeah. One breakthrough element of this season, Kobbie Mainoo has just been a sensation. Some people are comparing him to young Clarence Seedorf, who I'm sure you're well aware of and have watched him countless times. Is that a fair comparison, do you feel? I know it's early days. I know he's a youngster.
So I think never, ever compare players with another player.
Never?
Never. Because Kobbie Mainoo, but also other players, build their own identity. Don't compare with anyone. And his skill set, that is so typical, and it's just so Kobbie Mainoo. There's nothing to do with other players. And of course, he can learn from other players, especially from great players, Clarence Seedorf was. But Kobbie Mainoo is Kobbie Mainoo, and big potential. And I'm quite sure he will have a big career.
Absolutely. One area of concern for Manchester United, and for you as the manager, I think, would be the amount of injuries you've had to suffer with throughout the course of the season, which is obviously a huge hindrance. What's being done on the training ground to try to limit that, to try to reduce the amount of injuries occurring to your squad?
Yeah, of course, we work on that all day to reduce that, but better is to prevent it. But there are sometimes seasons you are on the wrong line, and you have just to deal with the injuries. But there's also top football. You go and you push your players to the limits. Sometimes they get injured from it, and then as a team you have to deal with it. But of course it's not helpful when you want to have the right results in, when you have to bring in the right performances. We have to reduce the injuries, so we have to do better prevention. Also the players has to support this, and they have to take a big responsibility. But by the end of the day, it's normal because they want to play, and they don't want to just training and recover from injuries. No, they want to play games because they like the challenges.
Okay, final two questions. I'm almost out of time. Firstly, midfield. Sometimes you look a bit overloaded. I'll be present at the FA Cup encounter against Liverpool. What are you doing to address this issue?
So what do you mean with overloaded?
It feels like you're outnumbered at times in the middle of the park, that the midfield can be overrun in terms of numbers. Do you think that's an issue?
So what I think it's we can control it by keep better the ball. And our players are capable, like Casemiro, Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, they are comfortable on the ball. So we don't come that often in such situations. And as others in the team as well. Taking more control of the ball, and then we will be less vulnerable, maybe a counter-attacks. But if so, then we have to deal with it. But those players I mentioned, they can deal with it.
Yeah, okay, well they are Manchester United players for a reason, of course. Final question, with new investment, Ineos coming into the picture, what's the message that's been relayed from them to you and all the others in the sports sides of Manchester United.
Yeah. So actually, it's the same message. We want to win, and we want to win the biggest. So yeah, we are here to construct a team who can not only compete for the highest, so for Premier League, Champions League. No, we want to win.
Okay. Do you have a message for the Malaysian fans? Because there's a lot of United fans around.
Oh, I would say we are very pleased with your support. Keep unified, keep pushing us, keep supporting us, and yeah, we really appreciate it.